Hello. I hope that you are doing well. Again, this is your professor, Dr. Carrero. And here I want to address really quickly how you are supposed to work on the Supersite. I am going to share my screen so we can see the same things together, okay? As you can see on the screen, here I have already accessed my course on the Supersite. See that section 1 is identified at the right top side of your screen. And when you access your page, it will take you to the dashboard. From the dashboard, you have the assignments that are due on Sunday. Remember that each Sunday, the activities must be completed here on the Supersite. So you see that a total of 23 activities are due on this Sunday, and they are divided between 7 activities for contextos, the vocabulary section, 8 activities for estructura 1.1, which is the present tense, and 8 activities for ser and estar. And you should plan to spend like approximately 2 hours and 44 minutes completing your work. Maybe you are required to do more or less, okay? If you are ready to start, you just click on start, okay? And it will immediately take you to the contextos. So see that on the left side of your page, the activities that are assigned are added, okay? So here I am in progress. I'm working on my first lesson, which is contextos, okay? So here I can click on this
La personalidad.
button of play.
Autoritario, autoritaria, cariñoso, cariñosa, celoso,
And it will
celosa,
continue
cuidadoso,
reading everything for
cuidadosa.
you, okay?
La personalidad.
For
Autoritario,
los sentimientos.
adorar,
apreciar, enamorarse, enamorarse de, estar harto de, estar harta.
Okay, and each section allows you to listen to the word that it's playing for you, okay? So see that at the bottom you have the next activity. So if you are ready, you already have listened to the word and also see the meaning of the word in English, I mean the translation. And you can also try and test yourself, show it only in Spanish, okay? Or in English, or both languages, okay? So if I am ready, I can choose the next activity, which is escuchar a from the left menu, or from the bottom of this page, see next activity. And you also have the link to submit a question to your instructor, okay, by clicking on this link. So let's click on next activity to see where it takes us, okay? As you can see, immediately on the left side of your screen, the system, it's identifying that you have moved to escuchar a, which is still inside the contexto section. And it's showing that it's in progress because you have already completed the first exercise, okay? So here you need to listen to a sound and it says, después de una cita con Andrés, Paula le cuenta todo a su mejor amiga Isabel. So after a date with Andrés, Paula is telling about it, everything to her best friend Isabel. Escucha la conversación, listen to their conversation y decide si las oraciones son ciertas o falsas, and decide if the sentences or statements are true or false. So you go and play the sound here.
Paula, ¿qué me cuentas de tu cita con Andrés?
And you can pause it, okay? And here you have 4 statements and you need to identify if it's true or false. But what about if I am not ready? Oh, I don't want to complete this exercise. Let me see, what about the escucharme or not? I want to see the definiciones right here, which is also on contextos. I can click on the left side, definiciones, definitions. And when I click there, let's see. It's waiting. Okay, so now see that on the left side, you have jumped into this activity, and you are still required to work with the others, okay? Because the pink color indicates that you are currently already worked on those, okay? So here you're required to write the word that belongs to each definition, okay? So you will use alguien que no dice la verdad, mentiroso, okay? And after you write there, whatever it is, you finish and you click on submit it there, right? If you are not ready to submit it, you can save it. And the same thing with, el presente, which is the estructura 1.1, the present tense. I have the different activities there. Let me see about la verdad, the truth. And the same thing, see now, that a pink color belongs to the contextos. Now a purple color, it's la verdad. And here you need to conjugate, completa las oraciones, complete the sentences, using el presente, using the present of the verbs, okay? So the verb jugar, it's here, Ana jugar. So how would you conjugate the verb jugar for a subject as Ana? Ana, third person singular, Ana juega. And you need to recognize that jugar, with that gar ending, it's an R verb, but also it's a stem changing verb. That's why we need to add the E after the U, as you have learned from the textbook, okay? So that's how you access the activities. But if you want to access the activities from another dashboard, let's return to activities, okay? And I will show you another way to access them, okay? So let me go to the dashboard, all right? So here I am on the dashboard and I see what I show you and guide you how to access the different activities, but you have another way to access them, okay? If you click here on the assignments tab, which is the second tab, see the calendar, okay? If you click on the calendar, see that immediately shows you that for Sunday, the 27th, you have a total of 15 plus 8, 23 activities, and 15 of those belong to the preparation and 8 belong to the online homework. So that means that if I click here on the preparation, which are the activities that have unlimited attempts, let me see, I click on there, and the same thing that happened on the previous menu that we accessed, see that on the left side, you have the activities, immediately they pop up, and you can go from there, okay? The third way of, and you can see that when I click on the X, it disappeared. Third option, when I click on the book, okay, from my dashboard, I can move on that second tab, assignments. And when I go to activities, now the system will take me to the activities that are assigned for the specific lesson. So if you're moving along, see that the first lesson is there. When we complete this first chapter, we are able to move into Lección 2, your second chapter, okay? So from this menu, you will access the options for the different chapters and move to the second chapter, Lección 2, okay? But let's go back. On Lección 1, see that on the left side, you have the different sections that we are covering in this course. Contextos, estructura 1.1, the present tense, estructura 1.2, ser and estar. And we continue to see the different sections on the textbook. So for contextos, which is the current lesson that I'm going to work with, okay, so see that contextos, it's highlighted. If I press on fotonovela, automatically it's more shown that the contextos, okay? So see, and let me head back. Fotonovela, see, assign only. I don't have anything assigned for that part of the chapter. Let's go back to contextos. And by default, you have it assigned only, okay? So these are all the activities that are related to the vocabulario or the vocabulary that are due on Sunday, August the 27th, but the repaso, the review on the vocabulary, it's due on September 3rd, next Sunday, okay? So after completing all the work on this first chapter, as a review, I have moved that day for the next Sunday. But if you switch the assign only tab into all activities, see now that there are other activities that are available for you, okay? And they are not assigned. You are not required to complete those that they don't have a due date on that tab. So if I click on definiciones, I can see the exercise, okay? And I can practice it, but you won't receive any credit for completing those activities, okay? If I want to go back, see the return to activities here, and it will take you to the previous page, okay? How am I going to get into present tense? So I click on the left, present tense, and see the same thing. Now, since I have modified the tab and all activities are shown, click on assign only and don't get overwhelmed by all the activities that are available for each chapter or section, I should say, and see that for the presente, the present tense, you have all these activities assigned. Keep in mind that the repaso will be completed on the next week. If you move into the next section, ser and estar, the same thing, okay? And in this lección, we also include the progressive forms, the same thing, and see that on the manual de gramática, más práctica, the grammar manual, more practice. You don't have anything assigned. From the workbook, you must complete one exercise, and from the lab manual, you have one exercise. If you completed your enrollment correctly by buying the WebSam and the Supersite Plus, you have access to the Manual de Gramática, you have access to the workbook, and you have access as well to the lab manual, okay? If you follow the instructions of completing the entire access, if you don't, you need to reach out to VHL and request that they give you access, and you will be required to pay the difference between the version that you are currently using and the one that is required for the course, okay? Also pay attention on the left side, you have repaso. Some activities are assigned from that area. And here you have a recapitulación. So it's an overview of what you learned throughout this week, and the activities are added to the repaso for each lección. We have a repaso for contextos, a repaso for estructura 1.1, for 1.2, for 1.3. We also have exercises on 1.4, 1.5, okay? And that's it. So now you have three ways of accessing your assignments, okay? From the dashboard as well, you have what is the learning tools, and see that immediately it pops up three options. The vText, which is where you access your textbook, additional materials to help you with your learning, and vocabulary tools. Let's go to vText. And see that on the, let me see if it's popping up. Okay, so there you have the book, the 12 chapters that are included on Enfoques. You're working on chapter 1. And from here, when I click over or place my mouse over the number 1, see that on the right, we have a submenu that it's showing us the different sections. So if I want to read about the present tense, I just click over here and it will take me there. And I can get rid of these, okay? Let me maximize this page. And I can also switch the view to single page, okay? And there I have the explanation, the description. I can move along by clicking here on this go to next page, okay? You have the option of printing the page, etc. Make notes, and also from Lección 1, you will place yourself there. It will take you to the first page on the book, okay? And I can move along by using the arrows, and I can switch to a 2-page view, okay? And these exercises, the majority of them belong to the Supersite, okay? Some of them belong to your online homework, others are not included. So that's it. On the MG, which is the Manual de Gramática, here you have another section with other explanations. Let me see. Nouns and articles. If I click there, see on the right side how the nouns are formed in Spanish. So these sections just for reference. They include other exercises or additional exercises as well, but I haven't chosen anything from there, okay? And it covers basically what you learn on Enfocus. Keep in mind that this 2101 course includes chapters 1 through 5, okay? In 2102, we cover chapters 6 to, I believe, 10, okay? Yeah, let me close this one, this page, and that's it. Once you complete your activity, okay, I will go ahead and add your points on the Moodle page. And you have access there to all the work that you are currently working on. And see that this is a dummy under my name, so I can see the site as if I were a student, okay? This is the help section. If you have any trouble, here you have how-to videos, the student user guide, any kind of questions or inquiries, you might find the answer here. And you also can chat, okay? If you open the chat, it will take you to the people that are currently logged in, and you can chat with them, okay? And when you are done, you just click on log out, and that's it, okay? So I hope that this video helps you to understand how to navigate on the Supersite, okay? We will stay in touch. Hasta luego. Ciao.